My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Fan Takeover X-Pac. And so here we have X-Pac posed and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories really fast. X-Pac does come with a bandana, which does fit on his head really nicely. I do like the way it looks on him. He also comes with several sets of hands. We do get a pair of grip hands. We get a pair of flat palmed hands. And then we get a pair of two sweet hands. He also comes with a Soft Goods NWO shirt, which looks really nice. I do like the way it came out. And then his final accessory is a cane mask, which does look good. It's a little bit oversized for most figures, but it still looks good. Other than that, X-Pac doesn't come with anything else, so let's actually move on to his details. And so here we have a closer look at X-Pac. Now yes, he is X-Pac. This is the WWE version of the NWO, so he is technically X-Pac, not Syxx-Pac in this iteration. But I do like the way the figure came out, although I do have some issues with it. The bandana does seem a little bit oversized to compensate for the long hair. I think the way they should have done it is had some hair strands attached to the bandana just so it looks like it's going over. And I think that would make the bandana look a little bit better, but at the same time it might also make it look bigger than what it actually is. So, I really don't know how to go about the bandana. But if we take the bandana off, it is a very good likeness to Sean Waltman. I think they did a really good job with the figure. I just think that with the bandana, it looks more like X-Pac than without the bandana, especially when you have it low on the eyes like this. I think that's the perfect look for this figure. Maybe the face is a little bit too chubby. It could be a little bit thinner, but overall it's a decent likeness to Sean Waltman. It's not the best we've gotten, but by far it's not the worst, in all honesty. I do like the long hair that they have on him. It's perfect for X-Pac right here, and it just flows really nicely, so I do like that. We do have the Finn Balor torso right here, which is a pretty common torso, but it does look good on X-Pac. X-Pac at this time was pretty shredded. I kind of wonder why they gave him the regular arms instead of the more jacked arms. And then that's kind of odd that he has a really shredded body and not so much in the arms. It looks like he skips arm day. But you can see he does have his tattoo right here. And this is probably the best tattoo we've gotten on any X-Pac figure. The detailing on it is far better than what we got with the previous Elite figure and then the Then, Now, and Forever Elite figure. So this is probably the best version that we've gotten. And it's so detailed. I just wish my camera would pick up on the details. Looks so good. X-Pac is wearing the elbow pads, the bigger elbow pads, which we should see a lot more figures with. I don't know why they give them this really ginormous elbow pads. These ones work just as fine, and they do look good. You can see he has black wrist tape, and then we do have bare hands. Again, we have the really nice shredded torso right here. Then we go on to his tights, which I'm actually glad at the way Mattel did this. If you remember promotional images, we had the X-Pac where he had the tights, the tight mold, so you saw the wrinkles in his legs. Really glad that they did not go with that mold. You can see they went with the skin tone, so that's perfect. I'm really happy that they changed that. They made a lot of changes before these figures were released, so I'm really happy that Mattel actually took a step and listened to its fans, for once at least. He is wearing the black and white NWO tights, as you can see. We have the New World Order on this side and on this side, and then we have the black and white. We have the white band going all the way around. Looks pretty good. And then we have the white bands at the base of his trunks there, so really like that look for him. Then going on to his knee pads, he just has plain black knee pads, which is normal, although they have knee pads for X-Pac. I might just go ahead and swap those out for the X-Pac knee pads, which I think might look a little bit better on this figure. I don't know, I haven't tried it yet, but that's maybe something I'll do in the future. And then of course we do have his kick pads. Now he does have the tri-wing kick pads with the NWO insignia right here, and then we have the black and white trim right here. Kind of wish they went with the plain kick pads just because the tri-wings are a little bit off, but a lot of people wore the tri-wing kick pads with the design just in the front, not going all the way to the tri-wing. But yeah, overall I really do like the kick pads. They're a really nice contrast to the straight black kick pads, and I do like the fact that they do go up and stop, that they don't go all the way up to the knee pad. That's more of a modern wrestling thing that we see. But yeah, overall I really do like the way this figure came out. Like I said, the face looks like Sean Waltman from some angles, and I think it's just the cheeks are a little bit too round. If they had slimmed those down, I think that would make all the difference. But yeah, still an impressive looking figure. So what we're going to do now is actually get them compared to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have X-Pac posed next to an Ultimate Edition's Brock Lesnar and a basic Jeff Hardy. And finally here we do have the Fan Takeover X-Pac posed next to the then, now, and forever Syxx-Pac. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to his articulation. Now, X-Pac does have a ball joint in the head, but because of his hair, he really doesn't get too much movement. We get some slight up and down. Of course, we're going to get left and right, but tilt is virtually non-existent. Our arms do move out to the side fairly well. They go all the way around, no issues. We do have a bicep swivel, which works fine. Single bend at the elbow, a little bit hindered by his elbow pads, but if you want to have a full range of movement, you can just take these elbow pads off as you wish. We do have a swivel and hinge here at the wrist. We do have an ab crunch, which leans back about that far, leans forward about that far. It could be a little bit better. I would have liked to see a little bit more. Waist swivel works fine. Legs do kick forward to about there, kick back, out to the side, and not the best we've seen, but they do kick out pretty far. We have a swivel up high in the thigh, double bend here at the knees. We do have rotation at the boot, so that does go all the way around. Then we have a hinge in the ankle. Oh, that's a really stiff hinge, and I don't want to break it, but yeah, he does hinge at the ankle going back and forth. And then we do have rock your ankle. So overall, X-Pac here has some pretty good articulation. So what we're going to do now is get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Fan Takeover X-Pac pose for my final thoughts, and overall I think Mattel has done a good job with this figure. It's not a great job. I think the likeness could be a little bit better on X-Pac here. It's still a really fantastic looking figure, and I can actually see a lot of people buying this particular version of X-Pac just for parts, especially with that NWO shirt and maybe the two sweet hands. That's absolutely something I can see people picking this figure up for in multiples. And even the head, it's probably the best X-Pac head that we've gotten from Mattel. I think I would have liked to see an alternate head in which X-Pac has his tongue sticking out, because that's something that X-Pac is known for. He did stick his tongue out a lot, and the fact that we don't get this with this figure is kind of a letdown. I think I would have preferred him with an alternate head versus the oversized Kane mask. Now, the Kane mask is a really nice accessory, but I don't think it was quite necessary. I would prefer that resource went into an alternate head rather than an accessory that really can't fit X-Pac. I mean, if you put it on him, it looks ridiculously large. So yeah, it's not something I'll pose X-Pac with, but overall I'm still really happy with how X-Pac came out. If you're a fan of the NWO, you're going to want to pick this figure up, especially if you're looking for shirts for your NWO army. This is a really good figure to pick up at only $20 on Amazon. You can't go wrong with that, and I'm actually inclined to pick up another X-Pac just so I can put this head on my D-Generation X X-Pac. So with that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.